Today we're going to be doing some Christmas DIYs, and they're going to be great for tiered trays. I'm going to be using IOD transfers, and I'm also going to be using some of the IOD little frame molds. I just bought those and I'm really excited to use them. The transfers I'm using are the new Christmas candy cane cottage style, and I'm really excited to show you what I'm going to do with them today. They're going to be super easy. If you don't have a lot of time, because right now I don't have a lot of time either, they're going to be really great to do. I'm going to have one at the end that's going to be a little bit more lengthy involved. That's the one with the little picture frames, but with the ones that we're doing at first, they're all going to be pretty easy to do, and they're going to be pretty quick to do. So I know it's early and I'm going to get pushback, but I really want to go ahead with these Christmas DIYs, and I hope you'll join me. Let's get started. So I wanted to show you these trim pieces. These came from Menards, and last year I did a DIY that I'll put up in the corner there. You can see the thumbnail for it. And I made like a Christmas tree. And then I also made some pumpkins before. I have that video too. I can link both of those for you if you're interested. But I really like using these I don't know what you call these, decorative pieces. And the funny thing is I found these this time and they're finished. Not on this side for what I want to use them for, but the backs are already finished. This was like 89 cents, like $1.89 or 99 cents, and this one was like $1.89 or something. These were like really inexpensive, and quite frankly they're already done on this side for you. And I'm going to be using those. And then I also picked up a couple that were primed, and the funny thing is the ones that were primed were more. So I don't know, I'm thinking this one was like 99 cents or $1.29 or something, and then this one was like almost $5. So I don't know, this one may have been more. I don't know off the top of my head. I just know that these were less expensive and they were pretty cheap for all three of them. So, but I wanted to get some that were primed in case I decided I wanted to color or paint, I should say, one of these. So we're going to use these for a project with some IOD transfers today. So I am really loving this new Christmas IOD transfer set. It's called Candy Cane Cottage, and it just has the most adorable pictures and illustrations in it. And I really felt like these would go well with these wood pieces here that I have. So I'm just going through and I'm going to show you, you're going to see some of the transfers here. And I really am just trying to figure out which ones are going to fit on these wood pieces or look the best. And so that's what I'm doing here. I also want to point out that I did take some of the Goo Gone to the back because there were stickers on the back. And you want to make sure you clean that off real good before you start painting it. The IOD transfers do need something to adhere to, and so it is a good idea to paint your surfaces before so that they have something that they can hold on to. Next, I'm going to take my Fusion Mineral Paint in the color Chateau, and I'm going to paint it onto these wood pieces. I'm going to use a flat brush so that I can get right up to the edge. I guess I'm being lazy. I don't really want to tape the edges, so I'm just going to paint as close to the edges as I can, and then I'm going to go ahead and use a baby wipe to wipe off the excess if it gets on the sides. now they're all painted, and we're going to go ahead and start putting the transfers down. I just absolutely love using these transfers. In just a few minutes, it really gives you a polished, finished, professional look to your DIYs, and it doesn't take very long at all. And then I'm also excited because these pieces that I have the finished back with the wood decor, round decor piece on it, and I just love that it took me no time at all to do these, and these are going to be great for my tiered trays. If you have not seen my channel before, I do tiered tray decorating, and I'm really excited to be using these to decorate my trays. Today is just a DIY video or craft video. I won't be doing that today, but I will be doing that soon in the future. So if you're interested in that and you would like to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss that video when it comes out, I would certainly love to have you here on my channel. I also have this IKEA cutting board. This is a DIY that I did several years ago, and I was looking around in my stash of things that I had down here in my craft room, and I found the cutting board, and I thought, oh, I think that would just look really nice with the Santa Claus. And just like that, you have another DIY. And I'm just going to add a pretty Christmas ticking ribbon to it to finish it off. And I did take pictures of all of them done, so I'll show those to you at the end. So now I'm taking one of the primered pieces, and I didn't even paint the back, the other side of this. I just painted some white on there, and I kind of painted it roughly. It has a little bit of a see-through distressed look, and I'm just going to put the candy cane transfer on here. Next, I was looking for a larger piece to put this large Christmas tree transfer on, and I found this little tray. This is from the Dollar Tree, and I painted it. I believe this one is painted in plaster, I think this is Waverly's chalk paint called Plaster, and I'm going to use the back of it instead of the inside of it because I want to get the edges of those trees on there, and I don't think they will show as well on the inside. So I'm going to put it on the outside. Okay, so I purchased these knobs from the antique outlet near me, and you want to get them like this. If they have that long piece in them, you would have to cut that off for what we're going to do here, but I found these just like this. They were inexpensive. I think they were like $4 or $6. I don't remember a piece, but they weren't expensive at all. And we're just gonna take some of these bottle brush trees. I got this whole pack of green, gold, and natural colored bottle brush trees in different sizes off of Amazon. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a couple of those out of here. And we're going to take some hot glue and we're just gonna glue them inside the bases inside of the knob. So I took the little ends off, and then we're gonna just go ahead and we're gonna put them with hot glue into the little knobs, and then that makes a nice little decoration. It kind of has an antique look to it. It's a little bit of a, just a different style of Christmas tree, and I think they're real cute. I don't know, you can let me know what you think. Another super easy DIY to do. Okay, this last DIY is more involved, and this doesn't use the transfers, but this does use the IOD molds that are the little frames. I recently purchased these and I've been real excited to use these on a project. If you don't like to do more involved projects and you just liked looking at the simpler ones that I just showed you, you might want to duck out at this point. If you are interested and you want to look at something more involved, then you might want to just hang out here with me for a little while longer while I show you how to do this one. So here I'm using the Iron Orchid Designs clay, and then I also have another brand of clay that I purchased. I believe I got that off of Amazon. I used the last of my IOD clay, which I actually prefer. I do like that better. And then I did use some heavier clay. You'll notice I have my little scale out there. I use the scale to measure out the clay. You can see the grams on the sides there. It will tell you just exactly how much you need. And I'm also using cornstarch so that it comes out of the molds a lot easier. So I'm just using the Folk Art Metallic Gold here. I purchased this from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to be painting the backs, but I'm also going to just paint around the frame. I'm not painting the inside because I have the pieces that I'm going to be using are rice paper pieces, and I want that to have that lighter look on the inside. I don't want it to be gold. So I'll just be painting around the frame is what I meant to say. I also want to tell you, I forgot that you want to give them 24 hours to dry after you've made your molds before you start working on them again. So it's the next day, and here's how my frames look. I need to paint the center because I'm going to be putting some transfers in here or some rice paper. Not sure which one yet, but I need to make this kind of a painted smooth surface. So I'm just going to use my Waverly chalk paint to paint the inside because I don't want the gold here. I only want it on the frame because it will show through, and so I want to keep this color. clay here cracks a little bit more. I've noticed I don't have any cracking on the iron orchid. It's also a little bit thinner and lighter. This one's a little bit heavier, and in some ways I like that better, but I do see that it does crack more. So I think all in all, I still really like the iron orchid clay, even though it is a little bit more expensive. All right, when this dries, I'm going to fix that. Okay, these are my rice paper pieces. This is a sheet of rice paper pictures. Now I have out the transfers again, like you saw earlier, but I really found, I was hoping to use the transfers inside some of these little frames, but I actually found that most of these transfers were just way too big unless I was actually going to cut them down quite a bit. And these are also pretty. I didn't really want to cut them down that much. I thought about just putting like a Santa face in one of the frames, and but in the end I just thought, you know, I really don't want to do that. I want to kind of save those for something else. So they were kind of too big for this project, but the rice paper pieces were just the right size. These were purchased last year. I got these before Christmas, and I made some decorations with those last year. And I believe I got them from overseas. They're actually, I mean, you can't even really find them here in the United States. I don't know why. I got them off of Etsy. I will try to find the link, or at least something similar. And I know if you go on Amazon, you'll see some too. But I find that they all come from somewhere else. So maybe some places in the United States might think about trying to sell some of these, because I like them. I would buy them if they were sold here. But anyway, so that's what we're going to use inside these frames. The ones I have here are not exactly a perfect fit, but they're good enough, and I was able to make it work. Putting some Mod Podge on top here, and the Mod Podge is going to seal them in, and we're putting it underneath also so that it will stick to the surface. Okay, so now I'm taking some antiquing wax from Waverly, and I'm going to be putting that on the piece. I also did the back. I painted the back gold, and I put the antiquing wax on the back. I actually started with that first because I wanted to see how it looked, and then I went ahead and flipped it over to do the front. And so we're going to paint this on, and then we're going to take a baby wipe and we're going to wipe it back, and then it will give it a little more dimension, because the metallic paint was nice. It's the right color that I wanted, but it is kind of a flat look to it. So the wax going over it and then being wiped back will give it a little more dimension. And now I'm going in with this triple thick like seal coat, and that's going to give it kind of a glassy, glossy look to the frames, to the pictures in the frame. Now we'll just take some pretty Christmas ribbon and take some hot glue and glue them onto the back to make a little hanger for them. And then you have some pretty old world designed Christmas ornaments. Let me know which of these you liked the best. I would be curious to know if you liked them and which ones. If you have enjoyed this video, I would sure appreciate it if you would give it a like or leave a comment or subscribe if you'd like to see more, or share it with somebody who you think would enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. Here's a couple more videos for you, and I will see you in the next one.